If I have to talk about the USPs of our online learning programs, then I would start with industry embedded curriculum. I mean, the industry free self paced certifications to our online learners. And the third USP we have is our content, the online learning content which we have. Now, I would attribute three reasons for that. A lot of people are not aware about the equivalence of the degree. I'll just share that with you. The second attribute is the quality of the program. And the third is recognition, whether online degrees are recognized by everybody or not. Currently, the examination module which we have for online learning on our learning management system, LMS, we have AI module examination system.
So let us all welcome the Director of Parul University Online Learning, Dr. and Professor Kunjal Sinha ji. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
So, ma'am, please tell us about Parul University Online Learning and how come you have NAC A++. Please tell us about
accreditation. Yeah. So achieving NAC A++ accreditation is a very prestigious, milestone for Parul University, and it speaks volumes about the commitment which we have towards excellence. But the question which you're asking is, how did we reach there, right?
Yes.
So let me share with you a few of the attributes which, I think which has led us to that milestone of achieving NAC A++ in the very first accreditation cycle of Parul University.
So this is the first cycle you
It was
had?
the first cycle of NAC.
Amazing.
That's true. So firstly, our CGPA of 3.55 in NAC is the reflection of the curriculum and the academic rigor which we have at Parul University. So we make sure that the curriculum which the candidate learns is basically as per the industry standards, number one. And number two, we believe in holistic development of the students. So we make sure that the students' development is also intellectual, emotional, as well as social. I would share few of the features and factors which we have, basis which we have achieved this milestone. Firstly, our focus on research, especially in health sciences, in medicine, Ayush, paramedical, pharmacy, also in engineering, applied sciences and management, is something which we are still developing on the research front. But there is a lot of focus in the research and development activities. Secondly, Parul University is known for its internationalization. We have more than 100 MOUs with international universities. Wherein the students can opt for pathway programs like 1+1, 2+2, or they can also opt for semester exchange programs and also some short programs with our partner universities. Also, Parul University focuses a lot on, of course, there's a lot of focus on placement, but apart from placement, there's a lot of focus on startups and entrepreneurial activities. So we have a startup incubation center at Parul University, Vadodara campus. So in these studios, not only students of Parul University, but anybody from outside can come and avail the facilities of our mentors who mentor them related to startups. And lastly, I would say, we listen to the feedback of our stakeholders. Most importantly, our students, parents, and industry. When we listen to them and take the feedback, we evolve ourselves and our processes and our curriculum. I think all these processes put together are all reasons because of which Parul University has achieved this milestone of NAC A++, and we are really proud of it.
So it's all about the quality of education and the facilities you are offering to the students.
Absolutely.
So you also have a wide range of UG and PG programs. May I know the best programs of yours in online learning program?
Online learning. So in online learning, we have 11 programs which we are offering since past 2 years. Out of these 11 programs, there are 3 programs which are at UG level, which are BA, BBA and BCA. And then there are other 8 programs which are at PG level. So they are master's programs. Well, if I have to talk about our top program, of course, the topmost and the flagship program we have is our online MBA. We provide 20 different specializations ranging from traditional specializations like marketing and finance and HR to newer cutting at specializations like operations management, healthcare management, business analytics, digital marketing, to name a few. So MBA Online becomes our flagship program, which is the topmost. Along with that, yes, our computer applications programs are also doing really good. So our PG program in computer application, which is Masters of Computer Applications, is also a program which is sought after by the candidates from the industry and working professionals. We offer artificial intelligence and machine learning specialization in our MBA. And at UG level, we have BCA, which is Bachelor of Computer Applications, wherein also we provide, the basic IT professional skills to the candidates. And there also we have specializations like cybersecurity, blockchain, Internet of Things, and AI and ML. So I think these are few of the courses which top the chart. Basically, they are management programs and computer application programs.
So you just said that you have 20 plus specialization in online MBA. So which all of these would you suggest someone to do it, or are the emerging programs?
So as I said, there are some specializations offered in online MBA, which are traditional specializations like marketing, human resource, financial management. And there are a few newer ones also which we offer, like pharmaceutical management, healthcare management, operations management, banking and insurance. So these are all newer specializations with digital marketing, business analytics. Now, when it comes to selection of these specializations, it is an individual mentoring which our mentors and faculties do to each individual candidate. Because the requirement of every candidate is different. But still, if I have to, suggest you something or our viewers something, I would like to, divide it into two categories. If a candidate is wanting to have and select a specialization which is generic, then probably the traditional specializations are better. But if a candidate wants to make a career in a specific industry, then probably our new specializations like business analytics and pharmaceutical management, healthcare management, those are something which we advise the candidates to pursue.
For a better future.
For better future in a specific industry.
In a specific industry. Yeah. Okay, so there is this thing that UGC is coming up with a lot of new changes, new notices, new amendments. There is biannual admission, there is multiple entry and exit option. What do you think about all these changes?
So yes, UGC has come out with the policy related to biannual admissions. We see it in a very positive way. However, it is going to be a little difficult for large universities like us to implement it in our offline programs, but we already have the biannual admissions existing in our online learning programs. Now we see this biannual admission in a very positive way because we have a lot of learners who somehow have not completed their studies on that academic year cycle. So for all those learners, if the admissions are done within the year in between after 6 months, their 6 months is saved. Just citing an example that if a class 12 student has secured less marks in few of the subjects and it is appearing again for class 12 examination, for that student, complete year was getting wasted. Now, with this new amendment of UGC, the candidate will be able to save 6 months and enroll himself or herself in Jan or Feb months cycle. That is number one. Number two, how we look at it as, especially in case of online learning programs, we have a lot of working professionals. So basically 95% of our online learners are working professionals, right? Now, for a working professional, it doesn't actually matter in which month or cycle they are enrolling themselves.
Yes.
So if they have missed, say, July cycle of admission, it's better for them to enroll in Jan-Feb cycle, which will save 6 months and, they'll get 6 months promotion sooner as compared to the later stage. So that's how we look at it.
And even there are a lot of students who are preparing for government examinations or the entrance examination like CAT or any other examination. For them also it is very beneficial.
Absolutely, absolutely. Another amendment which you are talking about is multiple entry and exit option, which the UGC has implemented. Parul University also has implemented multiple entry and exit option as per the guidelines of the University Grants Commission for most of our UG programs at the university in campus programs. Now again, we look at multiple entry and exit options in a very positive way. There are are sections of society wherein, a lot of students are not able to complete their studies. So there are a lot of students who drops out after either 1 year or 2 years, and they're not able to complete their degree. Now, with this new amendment of multiple entry and exit, a candidate will be able to complete the degree. One, if the candidate is not able to complete the degree, then still the candidate has something in hand. So say, for example, after 1 year, if the candidate is dropping out, the candidate will get a certificate. After 2 years of, dropping, the candidate will get a diploma. After 3 years, the candidate will get advanced diploma. And after 4 years, the candidate will get a degree, right? So at the end of every year, a candidate is having something in his hand, even if he's not completing entire degree, but with a certificate or a diploma is going to the industry for job. I think he or she will be able to get the employment. So we see these norms of, University Grants Commission in a very positive way. And we are hoping that in time to come, we will also see a lot of outcomes related to it.
So as I see, it is a very big university. So what are the standout features of online learning of Parul University Online?
Well, if I have to talk about the USPs of our online learning programs, then I would start with, the industry embedded curriculum. I mean, the industry designed curriculum. The curriculum which is designed for online learning program is actually as per the requirement of the industry. And that's how our 20 specializations in MBA and a lot of specializations in our BCA programs goes. But having said that, it's not the only standout feature we have. So along with the industry-centric curriculum, we are very proud to offer free self-paced certifications to our online learners. Now, what are free self-paced certifications? These are, short certificate programs. Basically, they are skill-oriented programs which are offered to online learners of Parul University. I'll cite an example here. So say, for example, if a candidate is pursuing an online MBA with Parul University, along with online MBA, we offer 5 self-paced certificate courses to our candidates, right? The courses are in certificate program in goods and service tax, program in Excel for beginners, Chat GPT, microfinance. So such are the short-term programs which we offer the students. So what happens is, when a candidate passes out after 2 years, the candidate is having a 2-year online MBA degree, but along with that, the candidate also has 5 certifications, which are skill-oriented certifications, which adds a lot of value to the candidate, especially when the candidate is a working professional. So that is something which is our USP. And the third USP we have is our content, the online learning content which we have. So our content is provided on a 4-quadrant approach as per the UGC guidelines. But most importantly, I would like to talk about our video content. So we provide high-end animated video content to the learners, making sure that the videos are short, crisp, talking about one point or one concept of the subject at a time, and they are very engaging and interesting. So our third USP are high-end animated videos. So, this bundle makes our online learning program stand out from other programs which are offered by the universities and institutions in India. Our industry-centric curriculum, the free certifications which we provide, which adds a lot of value to the candidate, and our high-end animated video content.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, Parul University also has 3,500 plus international students. So, are there any in online learning? And from which countries, if you can tell us?
Yeah, surely. So Parul University offline, programs, we have more than 3,500 students studying in the campus. And we're very proud that in online learning also, because we are NAC A++, we are officially allowed by UGC to enroll international candidates. So from the very first year, which was July 23, wherein we received the approval from UGC to offer these 11 online learning programs, we started enrolling the international candidates. So very, very happy that even at this initial stage of online learning programs offerings, we do have international candidates. Most of the candidates currently in our programs are from African countries, but slowly and gradually, I'm sure we'll be penetrating to other countries and offering our programs to other international country students as well.
Amazing. Well, so this is something I really want to know. The fact is, the number ratio of all UG program and PG program is very, there is a huge gap between them. A lot of students go for PG program when we comes to talk about online learning.
Right.
But how can you just influence or tell the parents of the students to at least to also go for UG programs in online learning?
Right. This is a very good question. The first part of the question is basically regulated by UGC.
Mm.
So when I say that we have approval of 3 UG programs and 8 PG programs, there are maximum 3 UG programs only which UGC allows a particular university to offer.
Okay.
Right? So that's how there are 3 UG programs. But yes, we have 8 PG programs which we offer. Now, yes, you're right. When we see the ratio of enrollment, we have more learners at master's level and less learners as compared to master's program in the UG program. Right. But yes, I mean, there are a lot of learners after 12th who would be wanting to enroll in online programs as compared to offline programs. I'll cite one example of one student who is doing online BBA with us. He is a class 12 pass out student last year, and the parents reached out to us and asked that my son wants to make his career in cricket and he plays cricket. And he said that he has bright chances of getting selected in under 19 team. But then they said that, if he's making career in cricket or sports, for example, he will lose out to earn a degree in his life. And that's the time, I talked with the parents and told them that it's not that he's going to lose out on the degree, because we do have UG programs as well in online learning degrees, right? So they were very happy and they wanted to know more about it. We gave all the information which were required to enroll in online BBA program. We also said that how online BBA program will run, what is the difference between offline and online program. The major difference is that it is the mode of learning which is different, right? Rest curriculum and everything remains same. The student is currently studying online BBA and we're very happy that along with his sports career, he will also be able to make, his professional career with the professional degree which he's taking with us in online mode. So that's how it helps at UG level also to many of the candidates.
So for future, I think we need to aware parents a lot,
Yes.
because in after 12th, the parents are more decision maker than the student itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we believe that in some time students will come to UG programs as well, and the ratio will be equal. Anyway, so there is a study or survey that 49% of students have pursued any online learning program, be it certification, degree, or diploma. But there is still a good number, like 51% are still not doing it. So what message would you give to them? And yeah.
So yes, there is a large number of candidates who has still not get themselves exposed to online learning.
Yes.
Right now, I would attribute 3 reasons for that. Number 1 attribute is the equivalence. A lot of people are not aware about the equivalence of the degree. I'll just share that with you. The second attribute is the quality of the program. People feel this is a misconception, but yes, there is this perception that online degrees do not give the same level of value as offline degrees. So quality. And the third is recognition, whether online degrees are recognized by everybody or not, right? So we talk on these 3 points, right? So first is equivalence. UGC, University Grants Commission, in August 2022, they came out with a public notice which said that online degrees and even distance learning programs, they are equivalent to offline degrees, right? So now when UGC through Ministry of Education is telling, we as higher education institutions and universities, it is our duty to create awareness about this amongst the students, their parents, as well as working professionals, that they don't have to bother about the equivalence of online degrees because online degrees are equivalent to offline degrees. The second concern here comes is the quality of the program. Most of the people perceive, and it's a misconception, that the quality which is provided in an online degree is not equivalent to an offline degree. Well, that's not the truth. I mean, UGC also instructs all the universities and higher education institutions that everything right from curriculum to teaching, learning, examination has to be equivalent to an offline program, which at Parul University we diligently follow. So there's no question of the quality, right? The only difference is the mode of learning. Here, the mode is in campus. In online, the mode is through internet in online mode. And the third thing is recognition. Of course, there are many, degrees and certifications which are provided by a few of the agencies which are not recognized. So I would urge all the listeners to go through proper website of UGC Distance Education Bureau as well as the universities and higher education institutions website. See whether the program is recognized by the apex body. So I think if equivalence, quality and recognition, the three factors are addressed properly, that 51% ratio in next 10 to 15 years, there is a bright chance that it will decrease.
You just talked about Distance Education Bureau, and UGC took a very big step by making DEBID mandate for any university or student. So, what is the reason behind it, and how it is going to help online learning?
So yes, I mean the DEBID is made compulsory since the last admission cycle, and every university, including Parul University, Pan India, we have adopted the process. The main idea about incorporating DEBID is to have a digital repository, with the UGC, that how many online and distance learners are there pan India, so that, there is a tracking mechanism as to where we are reaching, because the target is to reach a GER of 50% by 2030. So I think it's the part and parcel of that particular target and outcome. But I'm sure with this tracking mechanism, a lot of, procedural issues will be resolved.
Yes, and there is this ABCID as well, which is to store the
credit points of a particular academic program.
Yes.
So it's a bank. Like
Yes.
we deposit money in a bank. Likewise, the university will deposit credit points in a candidate's or a student's account.
Yes.
Both the things are linked. When a candidate goes for creating a DEBID, ABCID is mandatory. So like ABCID is mandatory for offline programs, creating ABCID is also mandatory in online learning programs.
I also see a very good benefit of making DEBID mandate is that there are a lot of fake universities as well. So this will help a student to not get trapped in such universities.
Absolutely.
And UGC has just released a 21 fake university list.
Yeah.
So this comes every year, 21, 24 or 25. So this ID will also help them to at least start their career with a good university.
Absolutely.
So actually we are here in your campus, and I really would like you to please show us good spots of your university, and meanwhile we'll talk about more about the online learning platform.
Surely.
So you also offer 100% placement assistance, and अगर ये सच है तो what is in there? क्या facilities मिलने वाली है students को?
So when we say 100% placement, we mean it. Our training and placement cell aligns with more than 1,000 companies every year for the placement and employment purpose for our students, and the same facility is extended to our online learners also. And it doesn't stop there, we have career and development center, which basically takes care of the pre-placement assistance provided to the students, and that facility again is extended to our online learners. So workshops on resume building, how to appear in the group discussion, how to appear in interview. A lot of grooming is done, to the candidates. To online learners, we extend the facility one more step, that to freshers, the treatment given is a little different. And for the lateral entry, the ones who are experienced and are wanting to go for placement assistance in lateral entry, to them the treatment given is different. But when we say 100% placement assistance, we mean that assistance, truly.
Well, I must say you have a very beautiful campus. And you just mentioned gross enrollment ratio earlier when we were sitting there. So how Parul University is contributing to increase the gross enrollment ratio by 50% in 2030, I guess, by 2030.
By 2030. So Parul University's contribution has just started, because we have received our online learning programs offering permission in the year 2023. So we have 11 programs, as I talked about, which we offered as online learning programs. Additionally, this year we have also taken permission of offering distance learning programs. So we have 16 distance learning programs which we are going to offer from this year. We have about more than 6,000 students who have already enrolled in our online learning programs. But the vision of our university related to online and distance learning is very clear, and by next 5 years we want to reach to 1 lakh online and distance learners, and I think that would be our bit of contribution to increase the gross enrollment ratio. That's how it is. Yeah. So this is our Buddha garden,
Beautiful.
which is adjacent to our main university administrative block.
And you have peacocks also.
Yeah, they are like family
Nice.
members to us.
So, ma'am, how do you see AI and online education are aligned?
Well, AI has a very big role when it comes to online education. Like, I'll cite an example. Currently, the examination module which we have for online learning on our learning management system, LMS, we have AI module examinations, meaning that the questions which are given to the students while they are appearing the examination are fetched by AI, artificial intelligence, from the question bank. Also, the proctoring which we do for our online examination, the proctoring is also AI based. So I think AI has a big role to play, especially when it comes to digitalization of Indian education, especially our online learning programs. Also, in future, I foresee that the usage of AI is going to increase when we want to give personalized attention to individual student. So AI will help us to create learning paths individually for individual students. It's a little early to talk about this, but I'm sure that 10-15 years down the line we will have these systems into place. We will also have AR VR as a major technological tool to be used in online education. If we use AR and VR, augmented reality and virtual reality
Virtual reality.
simulations while teaching in online learning, I think that will be the game changer in the education system.
Yes. So, with UGC and NEP is coming up with a lot of changes in Indian education. So, where do you think the education will be in next 10 years?
So in next, of course, NEP 2020 is a big change in the Indian education system. It's been 5 years now. We will see more students, in future who has holistic approach related to different functional areas. So we'll have more students who will have interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary knowledge now that we are inculcating a lot of interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary courses and programs in the curriculum. Also, technology is used a lot, so technology is going to play a big role when it comes to not only online teaching learning, but even in the regular education system, technology is going to play a big role. And the third major change which is coming is the 4-year undergraduate program, which is proposed, and most of the universities, including Parul University, has already adopted it. So we will have 4 years undergraduate program. The PG programs will be 1 year. If the candidate has a certain percentage in the 4-year undergraduate program, the candidate can directly, pursue a PhD program. So I think these are all changes which will come in the next 10 years. We will also be able to see batches passing out and what will be the outcome, what is the product seen. That is something which will be very interesting to see in few years down the line now.
So, well, with this, we have come to an end with this session. I really like this session. And what about you?
No, I really enjoyed thoroughly, moving around the campus along with you. Thank you so much for coming to the university and interviewing us. Thank you.
Thank you. And I also want one more thing from you. If you can say few words about College Vidya.
Well, College Vidya is doing wonderful. It has created an online platform for the candidates to compare various features of the universities pan India. It's a good platform. I think a student goes on the platform and compares the features of one university with other university. The candidate will be able to make a better decision for himself or his career, which university to join. Also, I have come to know about the CV subsidy facility, which is just initiated by College
By
Vidya.
College Vidya.
Yeah, it's a wonderful initiative wherein a certain percentage of fee is given back to the student as cashback. I think you people are doing wonderful. All the best wishes from Parul University to you and your entire team.
Thank you so much, ma'am.